Albert Einstein was very adept in putting himself into altered states of consciousness through what he called his thought experiments, which were a kind of three-dimensional metaphorical reverie. This was the kind of thing of putting himself into a place that most of us won't go and exploring that space so that he could receive very, very novel and new ideas.
Thought experiments enable you to visually or geometrically approach a problem that maybe mathematically might be difficult. For example, Einstein liked to think about what it would be like from a first-person perspective sitting on a beam of light moving through space. And what would you see from that perspective? He had all sorts of different visual ways of thinking about physics.
In 1905, after immersing himself in these thought experiments, Einstein authored 4 papers that would redefine mankind's perception of the universe in multiple ways.
One of his papers included the equation equals mc squared. It said you could create mass, you could destroy mass, and it gave us an idea of how mass might come into existence in the first place.
Einstein showed that mass can be converted into useful kinetic energy, and so this is the basis of the energy we get out of nuclear fission and nuclear fusion.
And another paper he published that year became the beginning of his theory of relativity. This was an amazing array of things to do for a scientist in an entire career. The fact that Einstein did it all in 1 year is virtually miraculous.
To get a sense of how dramatic those papers were, imagine if someone came up to you and said, everything that you know about space and time and matter and energy is wrong. And then they would give you all the math and all the explanation of why everything that you know is totally wrong. It's often referred to as the Annus Mirabilis papers, which basically means the miracle year or wonderful year.
What was the source behind Einstein's incredible insight about the laws of physics? Is it possible, as ancient astronaut theorists contend, that Einstein's ability to enter altered states of consciousness connected him to an extraterrestrial world, one that allowed him to access information about the inner workings of the universe?
Einstein said that when he first developed the concept of relativity, it was like a storm going off in his head. And this would show that he had a different kind of a brain, and his brain was wired in a different way than normal human beings.
Albert Einstein was known to spend hours on end sitting in a chair, formulating an idea or a thought to its inception. Now, was he tapping into some type of advanced field of knowledge? It's very possible Einstein used this type of technology to a certain level.
When we look at history and when we look at the people themselves who are the giants on whose shoulders we stand, what they are saying is that this information wasn't theirs, but that something beyond them, something which was larger, something which was divine, allowed them to receive this information and give it to the world.
All the knowledge of the universe exists in the cosmos, and maybe Einstein was able to access that knowledge, that he was more in tune with this, what I would even refer to as a metaphysical world, that he had this direct access. He didn't know how he did this, but his being knew it, his essence, that through his being, he was able to unlock the secret of the universe.